In 1738, the Swiss scientist Daniel Bernoulli developed a relationship for the flow of fluid through a pipe of varying cross section. He proposed a theorem for the streamlined flow of the liquid based on the law of conservation of energy. Now we will see the statement of the Bernoulli's theorem. According to the Bernoulli's theorem, the sum of the pressure energy, kinetic energy, and potential energy per unit mass of an incompressible non-viscous fluid in a streamlined flow remains a constant. It could be told mathematically as P by rho plus V square divided by 2 plus GH is a constant. This is known as Bernoulli's equation. In this video, we are going to derive the proof for the Bernoulli's theorem. Now we are going to derive the proof for Bernoulli's theorem. To derive the proof for Bernoulli's theorem, first we have to draw the diagram like this. This diagram, that one shows the flow of the liquid through a pipe AB. Here two ends are there, A end and B end. Here at A end, the area of cross section is AA. When the liquid enters into the pipe, the velocity of the liquid is VA. And the A end, that is kept at a height of HA from the ground level. The pressure of the liquid at A end is PA. Come to that B end. Here, when the liquid that one comes out from the tube, there the velocity with which the liquid comes out is VB. The area of cross section is AB. The height at which that tube, it is kept at a height of HB from the ground level. The pressure of the liquid in the B end is PB. So these are all the parameters that must be learnt in both A end as well as in the B end. Already we have learned that from the equation of continuity, we have learned that when the area of cross section is greater, the velocity of the liquid will be lesser. Here area of cross section is less, therefore velocity of the liquid is more. And one more thing we have learned, that volume of the liquid entering at A, the volume of the liquid entering at A will be equal to volume of the liquid which comes out from the B end. Are you clear? Some amount of liquid is entering into the A end, same amount of liquid that comes out from the B end. That is because of with the help of equation of continuity, already we have seen that. Already I have explained about the diagram. Now we are going to derive three energy values at A. Are you clear? First we will calculate the pressure energy. How to calculate the pressure energy? First we have to calculate the force exerted at A. Are you clear? Force exerted by the liquid. Force exerted by the liquid at A to be calculated. That can be written as FA. What is the formula? Pressure at A, that is to be multiplied with area of cross section. Are you clear? Pressure is equal to force per area. Therefore, FA is equal to PA into AA. Okay. So, force is calculated. Now, we have to calculate what is the distance traveled by the liquid in T time. Are you clear? For that, we need the formula VA is equal to, velocity at A is equal to distance divided by distance traveled by the liquid in T time. Are you clear? So, how to calculate the distance? D is equal to VA into T, that is a formula. So, next one is I am going to calculate the work done. Are you clear? Work done by the liquid. Work done by the liquid. Work done by the liquid at A to be calculated. How to calculate the work done? Simple formula, force into displacement. Force exerted at A into distance. Now we know the value of D. Are you clear? So we can substitute it as FA, substitute this VA into T. So we can write instead of D. Are you clear? So FA VA into T, that is the work done formula. Could you understand that? Now we know the formula for FA. The next step, work done can be calculated by replacing this FA. PA AA VA into T. So in that format we can write So this is the work done formula. Usually, is it clear, to calculate the energy, what is required? Work done is required. By calculating the work done alone, we are able to calculate the energy. Are you clear? Work done is always equivalent to energy here. So here the energy is due to pressure. That's why first we have to calculate the work done. Again, what you have to do now, VA into T, that can be replaced by D. Are you clear? VA into T can be replaced by D. PA, what is this? PA, AA, VA into T can be completely replaced by D. Are you clear? Now you have to look at the factor AA into D, area of cross section, into distance. That one gives you the volume. Therefore, PA into V. So AA into D can be replaced by V. What is V here? V is nothing but volume of water, clear, that flows, clear, at where, in the end A, during the time T. PA into V, that product gives you work done. This work done is nothing but pressure energy. Understand this, work done is equal to pressure energy. So now in the next step we can write the equation as, what is this? Pressure energy at A end is equal to PAV. Are you clear? This is volume, don't forget. Now V also can be replaced. Density is equal to mass per volume. Volume is equal to, clear, cross multiply this, M by rho can be written. So in the next step we can write PA V, instead of V substitute M by rho. So whenever pressure energy is required, that equation is required, you can use this equation or this equation, don't forget. Are you clear? So both the two expression can be used to calculate the pressure energy. Make a note. So clear. Now I am deriving the expression for all the expressions at A. Next I am going to derive the same kind of expression at the end B. Again I won't repeat the same steps. Are you clear? And here one more, two more energies are there. What are they? Kinetic energy. Are you clear? Kinetic energy at A to be calculated. What is the formula to calculate kinetic energy? Half mVA square. Kinetic energy at A is nothing but half mVA square. This is the expression. Very simple one. Are you clear? Velocity at A must be substituted. You will get the kinetic energy of the liquid at A and can be calculated. Like that, potential energy, clear, of the liquid at A can also be easily calculated. What is the general expression? mgh, that is the expression to calculate the potential energy. mg is there. Height of the liquid at A can be written as HA. So put tick here in the important formulas. This is the kinetic energy at A. This is the potential energy at A. Okay. So this one can be named as, what is this? PEA. Is it clear? PEA. Potential energy at A. This is called as, what is this? This one can be written as KEA. KEA is nothing but half mVA square. Name it. Are you clear? Put tick here in the important formula. What is pressure energy? How it can be written in easy form? Is it clear? Pressure energy. There we have written KEPE. Are you clear? This one can be called as, what is this? EP. You clear? EPA. What is EPA? Pressure energy at A. So this formula is also important. This one is also important. So I have put tick in all important formula. So this is the pressure energy at A. This is the kinetic energy at A. That is called potential energy at A. All the three formulas are very important. Understood? Now we are going to calculate the same three kind of energies in the end B. Okay. So at B, what is the title given here? At B. So what is the pressure energy? Very simple. Already we have calculated all the expressions at the end A. Same kind of thing should be done. Pressure energy at B end is equal to, there we wrote that PAV. Here what we should write? PB, pressure at B into V. That is the expression. The same thing can be written in some other form also. Density is equal to mass per volume. Are you clear? Density is equal to mass per volume. Volume is equal to mass per rho, mass per density. Therefore, PB. Instead of P substitute M by rho. Are you clear? This is the pressure energy. So we can write it as EPB. What is EPB? Pressure energy at B. So first thing is calculated. The liquid is clear that flows through the pipe and it is having some velocity at B also. In the B end, what is the velocity? VB. Therefore, the next one is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of the liquid at B end. How will you calculate? KEB, kinetic energy at B. What is the formula? Half mVb square. This is the formula. Are you clear? So the next one is potential energy. Potential energy of the flowing liquid, that can be written as PEB. What is the general formula? mgh. At B, at what height that liquid is flowing? It is flowing at the height of hb. Therefore, hb must be written. So this is the expression for pressure energy. This is the expression for kinetic energy. This is the expression for potential energy. All are measured in the end B. Are you clear? Now here we are going to follow and use the law of conservation of energy. So how to start the step? According to, what is this? According to law of conservation of energy. What conservation of energy says? So clear, the energy at A, that should be equal to the energy at B. That is, total energy of the liquid at A must be equal to total energy of the liquid at B. So simply we can write it as total energy at A must be equal to total energy at B. But total energy is the sum of three things. What are they? Pressure energy and kinetic energy and potential energy. So how to write the total energy at A? That is pressure energy. EP, pressure energy at A, plus kinetic energy at A, plus potential energy at A. If all are added, only then you will get the total energy of the liquid at A. So like this, for B and also we can calculate the total energy. How will you write? Pressure energy at B, kinetic energy at B, potential energy at B. If all are summed up, you will get the total energy. Are you clear? So that is the thing which is said in the law of conservation of energy. Total energy at A will be equal to the total energy at B. We know the expressions. Already we have derived. All the expressions were already derived. Now I am going to write the fundamental expressions of each and every factors. PA, what is PA into V? Already that one was already written. PA into V. Pressure at A, if it is multiplied by volume, you will get energy, pressure energy at A. How will you write the kinetic energy? Half mVA square mgHA, which is equal to, same kind of thing must be written here, PBV plus half mVb square plus mgHb. So on either side, all the expressions are properly written. Now what I have to do now, in this expression, I have to make a small change. We know very well that rho is equal to m by v. Therefore, this v can be replaced. Rho is equal to m by v means v is equal to m by rho. Are you clear? So instead of v, again I will write rho is equal to m by v. V is equal to m by rho. This volume can be replaced by, is it clear? volume can be replaced by m by rho. So that step is very important. Again you rewrite this, mva square divided by 2 plus mgha, and then here also you replace this pb. V, what is V here? Same thing, m divided by rho plus half mvb square plus mghb. So everything is written. So energy, total energy at A is equal to total energy at B. But as now, finally we are going to derive the Bernoulli's equation. Here, look at the equation which is given here. On either side, total energy at A and total energy at B is given. But to equate, to get the final equation, Bernoulli's equation, a slight change must be done. Here, in each part, we have to calculate the energy per unit mass. That is, pressure energy per unit mass, kinetic energy per unit mass, potential energy per unit mass must be calculated on either side. Therefore, we have to divide each equation by m. So what we have to do? PA m by rho divided by m. So if the equation is divided by m, you will get the pressure energy per unit mass plus how to get the kinetic energy per unit mass, mva square divided by 2 whole divided by m plus mgh divided by m. This one gives you potential energy per unit mass. Why m is divided in all equations? Here to get the kinetic energy per unit mass, potential energy per unit mass, pressure energy per unit mass, that could be calculated. That's why each factor is divided by m. So A end, that for that particular A end we have calculated. Now I am going to derive the same thing for B end. So what to do? PB m divided by rho whole divided by m plus m vb square whole divided by 2 whole divided by m plus mg hb whole divided by m. So all the factors are divided by m. Cancel the m in all factors. Okay. So after cancelling, finally you are getting PA divided by rho plus VA square divided by 2 plus GHA divided by GH alone. Okay, GHA. So these are all the sum of the pressure energy per unit mass, kinetic energy per unit mass and potential energy per unit mass. Everything is calculated for the end A. Now I am going to do the same thing for RHS side. PB divided by rho plus VB square divided by 2 plus GHB. What this factor says? These are all the sums of the pressure energy per unit mass, kinetic energy per unit mass and potential energy per unit mass in the end B. Are you clear? This factor, this equation is equal to this equation. What it shows? It shows that the sum of the pressure energy per unit mass, kinetic energy per unit mass, potential energy per unit mass in the end A is numerically equal to pressure energy per unit mass, kinetic energy per unit mass and potential energy per unit mass in the end B. Both are numerically equal. If one more end is introduced, for example C end is there, how the equation can be written? PC divided by rho VC square divided by 2 plus GHC, like that we can extend. So on either side both are equal. So here finally we can write it as, so clear, both are equal to a constant. Are you clear? So we can write a general equation. How will you write the general equation? At anywhere, is it clear? When the liquid flows, at anywhere in between, is it clear? You can calculate the total energy per unit mass. For that we have to write the common equation. You can replace A, B, everything. Simply we can write it as P by rho plus V square divided by 2 plus GH. That one will be a constant. This is called Bernoulli's equation. This is called as Bernoulli's equation. Here this is called, here each factor they are having their own name. Are you clear? So this particular equation is called Bernoulli's equation. Could you understand? I will explain with the help of some numbers. Automatically, easily you can understand very well. For example, if all the factors are added and you are getting 10 means, I will assign some number 2 plus 5 plus 3, 2 plus 5 plus 3, total is 10. So here which one dominates? Velocity factor is dominating. That is called velocity head, that is dominating. Are you clear? So here this is called gravity head, this is called pressure head. Pressure head is low, velocity head is more, and this is called gravity head, that is 3. Sometime what will happen? No, so clear, though the number changes, again is clear the final total value will be a constant. For example, if I am increasing any one of the factors here, for example, if it is increased to 6 means, clear, here this one can be taken as 1. Are you clear? 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. The remaining thing is 3. So here what happens? Look at that. Again, clear, though some changes are occurring within the numbers, clear, again the factor, some factor will be equal to a constant. So any one of the factor may increase or decrease. Clear, finally, ultimately the sum will be a constant. So that is the conclusion of which one? This Bernoulli's equation and theorem. This equation is called Bernoulli's equation. Understood? Finally, I will say the statement of the Bernoulli's theorem by using this equation. What is said in the theorem? The sum of the, what is this? Sum of the pressure energy per unit mass, kinetic energy per unit mass, and potential energy per unit mass of the liquid when it is flowing through the pipe in a streamlined motion, that one will be a constant. That is a statement, this is the equation. Okay, thank you. Now we are going to learn certain special cases in the case of Bernoulli's equation. First I will write the Bernoulli's equation. P divided by rho g plus V square divided by 2g plus h is equal to constant. Already you have learned this equation in the derivation part. This equation is called as Bernoulli's equation. Sometime what will happen now, the pipe, if it is kept horizontally on the ground level like this, what happens? It is kept on the surface itself. Therefore, both the two end, A end and B end, both are very close to the ground. So H factor, that height factor becomes 0. This is one of the important case. Are you clear? Since height is not there, both the two ends, they are very close to the ground. So instead of H, we can substitute 0 here. So the equation, that one becomes P divided by rho g plus B square divided by 2g, and this factor becomes 0, therefore that one will become absent. So finally you will be getting a new kind of equation, especially for this case, when the liquid flows through the pipe and it is kept on the ground level itself. Therefore, in that case you have to use this equation. Here I would like to tell few more things. The name of this part is called pressure head. Are you clear? That one tells about the pressure. Is it clear? The phenomena or the parameter of the pressure is indicated by which one? This portion. Therefore, this portion is called pressure head. And this portion, that one tells about the velocity of the flowing liquid. Therefore, this part is called, what is this? Velocity head. Are you clear? So one is telling about pressure, the another one is indicating about the velocity. Here when you add both, you will get a constant. If any one of the factor increases, the other factor will decrease. Only then this one will be a constant. For example, if you add both, for example, 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Here the pressure value is 6. Velocity factor is 4, means if both are added, you are getting 10. For example, if the pressure is reduced to 3, what happens to velocity? Velocity will be increased to 7. Are you clear? When this one decreases, this one increases. Again, if both are added, you will get 10. So the ultimate conclusion is, you should know that. Next, you are going to learn about the applications of Bernoulli's theorem. There, this particular concept is very much essential. Only then you can understand the applications of Bernoulli's theorem. The thing is, when the pressure increases, velocity will decrease. Make a note. When pressure decreases, velocity will increase. Are you clear? So this knowledge is essential. So clear? Here if one is increasing, another one is decreasing, but addition of both the two will be a constant. Make a note. This knowledge is essential to learn about the applications of Bernoulli's theorem.